What's going on today, guys? Today I'm going to be going over my Vanquish Soul deck profile. I recently picked this deck up, actually right before it got second place at a YCS. But yeah, after seeing it get second, decided, hey, let me pick it up, figure some stuff out, and then we have the new support coming soon, so I'll probably do an updated deck profile here not too shortly. And yeah, let's hop right into it. So starting off, we're playing 3 Ryzen. Um, Probably, best card in the deck. Just get this summoned and go search a non-warrior Vanquish Soul. And then its other effect, if you reveal Fire and Dark, destroy all other monsters in this column. So, yep. Really good at keeping the resources and keeping your opponents off of monsters. Moving on. I am playing 3 Mad Love. So one thing I noticed with the deck is if you cannot get to a normal summon, so of a Vanquish Soul, so if you can't get into one of these 3 or the 3 Ryzen, then you're kind of just screwed. And I was playing the deck and I was like 7 turns into the game and I couldn't find a normal summon. I was really just like Fenrir beat down with hand traps. So yeah, if you can't get a normal summon, then your other Vanquish Souls in hands are pretty much just useless. So yeah, Mad Love's good. Lets you search Vanquish Soul, Spell, or Trap. And yeah, it also can bounce and lower attack and defense. Moving on, the one of Pantera. This one's good for after you link up. You just special it if you need the body for a bounce play or something, or destroy spells and traps in the column. So if they have like one set, just bring this out real quick, reveal the 2 attributes, boom, that's gone. It's also a 4, so if you just happen to have something like a continued or something, you can bring it out, and then overlay plays for like Dweller and stuff, depending on your matchup. And yeah, definitely a good one of, and it's also an Earth, so it helps out your Caesar a lot. Moving on, I play 2 Heavy Borger and 2 Caesar. I didn't want to play Borger at 3 because then I was just bricking on big bodies without a normal summon because there's only 6 normal summons. Even though, like, well, 7 normal summons, even though I do play, like, Pot to search and dig. But sometimes it can definitely be rough. So, yeah. And then another reason is, like, I play Bastille, so I already have, like, more darks in the deck, too. So I just didn't see a reason I'm playing the 3rd. But, 2 Caesar. I really like it at 2. I mean, it helps you search for another Earth attribute. It also helps you like kill your opponent faster because sometimes you can struggle against like especially like the Brandon matchup on trying to kill them. So yeah, 2 of the big guys each worked out pretty good for me, and yeah. Moving on to non-Vanquish Soul extenders. 3 Fenrir, 1 Rise Heart. What can I say? Fenrir's just one of the best cards ever printed. It's also an Earth attribute, so you can go Fenrir, search Fenrir, and then you can have your Earth for your Vanquish Soul Caesar. And then, honestly, Rise Heart's kind of weird. I never used it too much because I mostly just needed to keep it in hand as a fire sometimes. But, yeah, it's a searchable fire attribute. You can also search off of Rhoda and the Infernoble card. And if you have Fenrir on board, you can still special it, and it can activate rank 4 plays. One thing just to keep note of is as soon as you summon this guy from your hand, you're going to be locked into Etsy, so make sure you make the link 1 first before he comes down. And then also, I want to start playing Big Eye in Master deck. I didn't, but I definitely need to make room for it. Moving on to some hand traps. Play 3 Bell, 3 Ash. I'm playing Bell over DD Crow because it's an Earth attribute, and I already feel like I play so many darks, so I don't really struggle finding the dark attribute that much. It's also a level 3 tuner, so it's always good to normal summon if you have a bricky hand to make a Baron or something, or get rid of a problem card for you. Yeah, I mean, it's still good into a lot of matchups. Stops Cross Sheep, stops Tier, multiple things like that. Ash, what can I say? It's a fire attribute, and it's Ash, the most generic hand trap there is. probably won't win you games right on the spot, but it definitely slows them down or makes their board not as good, so you can break it. And with Stake Your Soul for both of these hand traps, yeah, you can bring out Caesar from the deck or the Ryzen from the deck if you just open a hand trap plus Stake Your Soul. Moving on, Druid's Worms and Magma Hut. I'm playing these over DD Crow as well because they're just bodies on the field, and definitely noticed it takes a little bit to kill people with this deck because it is like a mid-range control deck. So in theory, get a Magna Hut or a Druid Swarm down, and then if you have like a Mad Love that you can special or normal or something like that, or really like any of the 4s that you can. Actually, I think it's just Mad Love. You can just make it into Chaos Angel because you can treat one of them as a tuner. And then your monsters can't be destroyed by battle, so it's like an extra layer of protection. And then that can make you feel better about using your Caesar effect to destroy a card versus protecting yourself from everything else. And then also Druid Swarm Sentence. And Magna Hut just keeps everything in rotation. Moving on to spells. Infernal Arms, Durendal, Reinforcement of the Army. I mean, they pretty much do the same thing. They either search the Kashtira Warrior or Ryzen. So, yeah, just a free little way to your normal summon or let you play the game. This can be equipped to opponent's monster too. So if you're like, oh, I don't have a normal summon, just equip it to their monster and search. We'll get you there. And then, yeah, Rhoda's Rhoda. Alright. Just put all these down. So 3 Stake Your Soul, 1 Continued, 1 Soul Dust Devil. One thing just to note about the Stake Your Soul is it's not a Vanquish Soul card, so you can't add it off of Dr. Madlove. And yeah, I mean, it's good. You just revealed a special from deck, so definitely a 3 of. But plus you can't search it, so that's why you play 3 of them. I almost want to bump Continue to 2, just to help with the grind games. And then I know Tears picked up a lot, so like once they start milling our decks like crazy, it'll be good to be able to get a Vanquish Soul back out from grave. Plus it can just help you get to attributes as well, especially like a tier match or something like that. I think it's more so like a meta call to just go ahead and start playing 2 soon, especially with the new support coming out. And then Dust Devil, it's good at 1, it's searchable, just book a moon, slow him down, set up your Babushka or something, or kill him, and yeah. Moving on, 3 Pot of Prosperity. Card just lets you dig 6 cards deep to search for whatever you could be missing. It could be a Floodgate, it could be Ryzen, your normal summon, or an attribute, or just whatever you need. Pot's gonna let you go dig for it. 3 Imperm, and 3 there can only be 1. Playing Imperm just kind of has like a negate hand trap, or a set hand trap for like back row or something. That way, you know, you don't get thrusted. You can feel safe about activating an Imperm versus like the other hand traps. You could always just cut it out for whatever hand trap you need that has attributes, but I honestly had no problems with Imperm. I thought it worked perfectly. And then 3 there can only be 1. It does kind of suck a little bit that since I'm playing Bestials, so Caesar and Bestials can have a bit of a problem, but nothing bad really came up, so I wasn't too worried about it. And it honestly just wins you a lot of matchups on its own, especially since it is in the main deck, so you can have like 4 hand traps and 1 Tikaboo, set it, and just activate it, and you're on to the races. Alright guys, that's it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. So starting off with our Link monsters, 3 Rock. Just good for continuing to get resources back from grave, or special summoning on your opponent's turn and then playing on their turn. It kind of just keeps the engine going at all times. And yeah, it's a Link one, so you already know it's busted. Last Link is Nightmare Phoenix. This is just a generic Link 2, so if I talents take something, or if I need to get Druid Swarm off board so I can clear a problem monster, I have it, or I can get rid of a back row problem that's like, I have no idea what a back row problem could be for this deck, but yeah, in theory, it's there for that. I'm moving on to our Etsy's, Dweller, and Babushka. Dweller for the Unchained and tier matchups because it's pretty much just a turn skip. Babushka is, I feel like I kind of made it more going into a board. That way I can just like turn off all our monsters as I'm setting myself up and don't have to worry about any kind of interruption. So that's pretty much what it's there for. Or I guess if you break super bad or if you know you're in a Flunder matchup, then yeah, you just make it and watch them cry. Just a few more at seas. Playing the Zodiac package to go up into Zeus to clear the board. It did come up a few times for me. But yeah, you just gotta be wary not to play into nib on accident or anything, which you really shouldn't in this deck, so yeah. Moving on to Synchros, playing Chaos Angel and Baron. Like I said, Chaos Angel, since I'm playing the Bestials, it's kind of there. That way you have one tuner and then one non-tuner Lighter Dark Monster. And then, yeah, it literally says you can treat one Lighter Dark Monster you control as a tuner. So it's just a free big body that banishes that comes out. And like I said, sometimes against like a combo deck, like you can keep them controlled for like a turn or two, but as soon as they get that last card that they need, they can just overwhelm you and kill you that turn. Like I had someone down on like literally 500 life points and I had 8k and I had a pass because I couldn't kill him that turn and I literally lost. But then I 2-0'd them after that with Floodgates, so that's how control decks work. And then Baron's just for like cash tier monsters and then a normal summon with like a hand trap. And then I actually do play the Ultimate Slayer in the side, so I have at Seas target, Link target, and then 2 fusion. Pretty much I send this for the Link monster, so if it's like an Apo, I'd probably just send this to grave, because this allows you to summon from your deck to the grave. So then I get to get rid of a card and draw, so it's just like a +2 with Ultimate Slayer. And then for this one, if it gets sent, obviously it gets rid of the problem card, and then it's also like an imperm for another monster on field, so yeah. And then Elder just, free pop. So yeah, Slayer just kind of makes you go +2 in this deck, depending on the kind of board they put up. But yeah, that was it for that. Let's move into the side deck. Back row hate, 2 Cosmics and a Harpies. Not much to be said here. I just want to play Cosmic for the anti-spells to make sure like the rest of my side deck can go through. And then Harpies because I play Thrust in the side, so just the out or search for back row hate. Like I said, playing 2 Thrust. Cards busted. Trying to go into a board, it'll definitely help you break it. And then time for the Thrust targets. I play 2 Slayer and 2 Dark Ruler to start with. Like I said, I like Ultimate Slayer because the monsters can't respawn. It helps you just get rid of the big boards like Mana DM. You just Slayer, send like the Link, get rid of the Apo, and yeah. Actually, I'd probably get rid of like the Chaos Angel, but yeah, we don't have to go that deep. And then Dark Ruler just to shut off those big boards. So maybe you could just go like Dark Ruler, Ultimate Slayer, clear like 2, draw 1, and kind of go crazy. And then 1 Talent, 1 Herald, and 1 Evenly. Just more targets for Thrust. This for the Pearly matchup, and I mean honestly it can work in like almost any matchup. Evenly, just to clear, big boards, also searchable off of Thrust. And then Talent's just to do any of its 3 super busted effects. And then moving on, 3 Summon Limit. I haven't actually tried Summon Limit, but I was just thinking in theory, since it is kind of like more of a control deck, like, okay, yeah, use the engine real quick, keep them on low resources, and then they're already on low resources, so if that is like that combo deck that I was talking about, flip Summon Limit, and then just control the board, because you control 2 monsters on the board at a time, Or 1. Depending on how it's going for them. So, yeah, that was it for the Vanquish Soul deck profile. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.